Spoiler review. Spoiler review for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Disclaimer. Yeah, because I don't want to say too much. Yeah, because it's.
But I'm gonna say everything.
Start right now. If
you haven't seen this movie, I suggest you cut this off right now. Yeah, because we're gonna be spilling a lot of beans. Yeah.
Hey YouTube, this is MK the Beast back with another movie review. Introducing, got guest appearances today. The little brother, Devon.
What up?
The father, dad, Bubby T, MK the Beast. We are here together. 3 different generations of peoples one time.
One time.
The movie today was Aquaman.
Man.
The epic DC movie Aquaman.
Man.
Directed by James Wan, written by David Leslie. There's a lot of actors in here. Jason Momoa was Arthur, Amber Heard as Mira. She was fine for no reason.
Bad. So.
Mira. Willem Dafoe as Volko, the mentor, the teacher. Patrick Wilson as King Ohm. You know Patrick Wilson from the Conjuring series. Another team up with James Wan. Nicole Kidman as Atlanta, Arthur's mom. Dolph Lundgren as King Nereus. He was kind of a surprise as well. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Black Manta. Tamora Morrison as Tom, Aquaman's dad, and also starring Michael Beach and Randall Park. This movie was filled with actors. It had a lot of heart moments as well. Like I felt like it was appropriate that we had father and sons do this review because there was a lot of bad moments between Arthur and his dad. You didn't get to see King Ohm's dad at all, but I felt like whatever his dad had taught him was rooted deep within the character. Black Manta. I gotta forget.
Yeah, Manta's
like
father.
Yeah.
How can we forget about him? Yeah. I kind of felt bad during that moment. The 2 evil dads bonding together, kind of like me and my sons right now.
Actually, I felt that too. I really almost was on their side a little bit. Like, it definitely on that fact. Matter of fact,
I'm not sure it's going.
when they had the moment when between Black Manta's the character and his father, when he held up the bomb and to let his son know that he was gonna blow himself up for the cause and to dip out, it reminded me of Terminator 2, the creator of the robotic arm and the robotics itself that Sarah Connor wanted to go get. When he blew himself up, the only thing he didn't do was the breathe. But he had the hand in the water. Yeah. He had one hand in that water. All you saw was just beep, beep. It made it touching.
In that moment, the father sacrificing himself, even though he was a piece of crap and killing people, but to have that moment to save his son, even terrible fathers such as myself save their sons.
Even Aquaman kind of scolded him. He's on shame on you.
So if you have a jacked up dad out there, just know that sometimes he may sacrifice himself for you too, so you're not alone.
And on the Black Manta entrance, they totally gave him the Star Wars entrance. I was like, it was kind of like out of nowhere when Black Manta came in. It was like, water scene and then straight to gun, people getting blasted for no reason, and then dude turns to the doorway, Black Manta comes in. I was like, okay, I see, Disney, one time.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missing was laser phasers. That's all they needed to that scene, and the door actually blowing open and him coming in. The visuals were really crazy. I want to compare it to Avatar, in that sense, something like first time I seen Avatar, it was never before seen visuals to me. And this I got that feeling like this did some stuff that was like never before seen. A whole world underwater and making them float about and make you really believe like they're in a world of water.
Yeah, the graphics, like you'll see, like they're in the water and their hair, it's all moving all like slow and things, and it looks really good.
I was like, they just threw up color on the.
I know after this movie, I know Disney got to be plotting on Little Mermaid.
Yeah, because Princess, Because what's her name?
Mira.
Yeah.
Mira.
So because she had the red hair going, and then her whole or like bodysuit thing was like all green. So yeah. So shout out to Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid with a death ray. When she jumped out of the water and came out, and they showed her fully in that green suit.
Yeah.
My pants filled with wetness and joy.
Yeah. She's definitely probably the DC wifey right now.
But she wasn't no 10. She was a 20. Nah, man. She was a 20 in that movie.
Yeah.
I could say that.
Take me under the sea. There had to be a certain type of choreography to get, them moving and stuff like that. Like with the fight scenes, when Arthur challenged his brother King Om to the duel in the Ring of Fire. Completely hilarious the way they introduced that and then kept repeating it, throughout the film. Made it epic and really comical because it kind of takes you into this other world that is not our own. And of course, we hear something like the Ring of Fire that kind of sounds corny.
Yeah, like corny. Yeah.
But it did get pretty epic and dangerous during that Ring of Fire scene. Felt like Arthur could have died, even though how could he die?
Yeah. And great fighting. Yeah, like great fighting.
Hence the choreography, because they were doing some water stuff, twisting about, man, dodging trident moves. The castle in the water. I wanted to, speaking of Little Mermaid and take me under the sea. It really did look like the Little Mermaid castle, except it was crazy lit for no reason. Hence why I feel you on the colors that splashed on there.
Yeah.
It was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
For no reason.
I was drunk, literally drunk with color.
But it looked good though.
It was tight.
Good.
I was gonna bring up the action. The action, of course, was stellar.
The action was
phenomenal,
super good.
People were consistently, randomly getting blown out of their socks.
Now that did happen a lot. That happened a lot, man. Yeah, like they're sitting there. Yeah, oh yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that happened a lot.
More than almost 2 times. I would say people just
No, it was at least like 4 times.
I honestly didn't. I really didn't favor William Dafoe in this film.
What?
I really like William Dafoe. I just did not like looking at his face in this movie.
But he looks like a fish.
I just felt like they could have made William Dafoe as a character in the movie. I felt like they could have made a better choice. I like him as an actor. Just for some reason, looking at him, looking at his face in this film, I did not like seeing him there.
Now I can't say. Like first seeing him, I was kind of like, whoa, like, huh? Like him,
The man is hideously beautiful for the camera. As far as this is concerned, he just needed some scales, and he was a perfect fish.
The Atlanteans are racist. I'm just gonna say that. They're racist as hell. They was pumping that half-breed terminology. Half-breed. That was spewed. Yeah. They put his name on the video game name board when he was versing off against King Om.
And it said half-breed.
It makes sense because comic book wise, the Atlanteans did not like the surface dwellers.
Yeah, all they did was just pollute their waters and their living habitat and all that other stuff and eat their food. I mean, why hate us?
The trench were scary. They straight up was scary. That part where they was on the boat and the trench was attacking, man, it was kind of doing the most. Like,
that part
I would have been like, what?
That part was cool.
Is this?
Yeah. No.
What part? What movie?
To the kids, it was a little much. Yeah. They were like terrifying.
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand that, y'all. Y'all face that every day going to school.
Them things was snarling.
But we got kids now. You know what I mean? So we think about the kids.
Oh, you think about the kids now? Oh, okay. But I ain't thinking about them.
With no trench monsters in it, they gonna have nightmares for sure.
I thought they were beautifully made, if you can say that, for such ugly creatures. But if you haven't seen the movie yet, or if you have seen it, you know exactly what we're talking about. Those things were terrible.
The visuals when they jumped into the water, it shows the mass amounts chasing them. The mass amounts
chasing them.
That was crazy.
Cool. That reminded me of on Matrix 3, like during the war, you know what I mean, when when like all the machines just like came out the hole. you know what I mean, just like
swarmed
and just came out that hole, and then we were all just like, wow.
Taking it back one scene, or first of all, Nicole Kidman as Queen Atlanta was, I liked her a lot as Queen Atlanta.
She was good, yeah.
She was getting down. It tripped me out how when the Atlanteans would raid, the surface, and they had on these suits to protect them from the air, I guess. Whenever their faces were cracked, they go, like they couldn't breathe, but the other Atlanteans are breathing fine. So it's funny. There was one funny scene that one, he saw a toilet, his face cracked in the bathroom. He saw the water, and he went in there and jumped in there. He got the water in his lungs, that horrible, nasty water, and he, breathed, relaxed one time. But can't they breathe the air as well? Why did they?
They explained it.
I didn't even think about that.
But see, once again, you think about that. No, they explained it in the movie. But once again, it's that elite thing. Only the elite can breathe both the air and the water. They said it.
Yeah, they did.
They said it. Basically, when you're royal or have money, you get all the privileges. But if you're a henchman and you're just fodder, you're banta voodoo for the war, and go out there and get shot, go out there and jump in front of that bullet, then you don't get to breathe in both places. So somehow genetic, or by birth, or the right of blood.
So the royal blood is.
Yeah, the royal blood.
I did not know that.
Only I can breathe the air because I'm the king.
Because they definitely was fish out of water. They were
So just know that if we throw y'all in the water, y'all not gonna be able to breathe.
That's how you feel. Back to Black Manta, which is kind of how the movie treated the character. He definitely was off-brand. I felt like once again another actor should have played him. Maybe even Willem Dafoe. I'm joking. Someone noticeable, more noticeable, because he was forgettable. And I wanted to like Black Manta. I love him in Injustice 2. He's my character, man. He go. But in this movie, and they did not make him Atlantean. He wasn't Atlantean, so when he was fighting Aquaman, I'm like, he kicking him off a building though?
Like the character of him, could have been a lot stronger. Because it's like on number 2 is, I don't know,
how's it gonna be Aquaman? How's it gonna really hurt him?
I don't want to say corny,
Let the old sage here help out you two young folks. I do know why they made it like that. I do know why he was like that.
Poor kid?
It's in the script.
You said it's in the script.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, they did kind of make him like, menacing. And I thought he did some really good parts, but then towards the end, they did kind of make him cheesy.
This movie had the best Kraken I've ever seen. Ooh. I don't know if that was its name, but this
Creviathan. They called it the Creviathan. I thought
that's how you know it's tight. That's going to be a video game character name or something.
So that did
Creviathan.
Yeah, that was the Kraken. I mean, because it's Aquaman.
And Leviathan.
Leviathan is a god of the sea or something like that. So them mixing it makes it an epic.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a Dragon Ball Z level fusion of sea creature.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that thing was jacked up and huge, visually stunning, and they showed a lot of them, which was cool and good. And showed it or him or whatever it is. Just tearing up.
But the first time with just the tentacles was pretty epic, and I'd be scared. I'd pee myself.
I think I once dated a girl that looked like a Leviathan.
Ooh.
She first met me just with tentacles.
Poor unfortunate soul. So bad. I'm joking about Ursula one time. Back on the visuals, the war scene. It was Atlanteans versus the Brine. That scene was crazy. And of course, to add even more to the madness, the Creviathan pops up, Aquaman pop up, starting to control the entirety of the sea. That war scene.
Yeah, that was many.
Monster riding savagery with tritons and
I can say
hills.
One of the best war scenes. Honestly, it's killing Black Panther's war scene. Killing it. Or no.
Saying something.
So correction, way better war than the Infinity War battle scene.
I will add, we may be subconsciously biased because of the fact of all the epically, large Marvel characters running around on that battle.
But nah, man. Well, yeah, I mean,
and I think I like where they left off to another one with the relationship with Arthur and King Om. To have another or have a relationship with his brother in another one. And they're such like different characters. For some reason, I would like to see them come together like a Goku Vegeta type thing.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that because the whole film is like, you're not a pure blood.
The half-breed. Yeah. But he got his mama back now, and that was the whole reason why he was mad.
I don't know. At first, I was wondering if he's gonna kill his mama.
I loved every time he did a warrior yell. Roar! He was.
He did that good. Yeah.
He was animated on.
Yeah. But was it better though than Zion? Hear me!
I'm gonna say yeah because of the float. This float, being in water. That was pretty funny because he could really rise.
You always know, and so does all of you. There's always a love twist or love plot always somewhere in the movie. It don't matter what it is, who it is, whether if it's the humans or the little bugs in the ground. They're gonna make a love story out of something. That's Hollywood.
And on the love story one time, even though Mary was fine, no, I really like Jason Momoa's Aquaman. I like the fact that they brought back the original suit, the yellow and green. Had that popping all shiny and stuff like that.
That was cool.
And that was a bold choice too. Bold choice to do that and not be afraid to get teased.
They gave some ethnicity to him.
Yeah.
They made him of mixed race.
Yeah.
There's a lot of metaphors steeped in this movie, how they talked about the trash and the ocean and why the Atlanteans are upset, even though they destroyed their own place.
The joining of two different worlds to become one, and being destined to do that, hence the mixed breeding and stuff like that. So it was important message-wise, definitely. The after credit scene, it really just showed Black Manta A-OK after he got jacked up. And I thought he was going to be way more mangled after his debacle. The Asian guy that was on the news channel talking about Atlanteans, I need to know who he is. I need to know who he is comic book wise. Like seriously, Doctor something. If anybody knows that and wants to comment on that bit of information, please do so. Aquaman's dad, I enjoyed what little we had of him. I know I've seen him somewhere.
He was on Star Wars. He's Boba Fett.
He was Boba Fett.
So that's Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett. Oh, yeah, right.
Boba was in Aquaman and Star Wars.
Dang, yeah.
No,
after the movie, I kept wanting to say Boba.
Aquaman's dad it's Boba Fett.
But overall, I liked the movie. I was very pleased. The adult in me was very pleased. The kid in me was very pleased. There was only few things that I did not like. Like I said, them being out of the water for so long and in the damn desert. Aquaman in the desert just doesn't match for me, so don't do that anymore. But as far as the effects, the visuals, the voices that they use, and the Leviathan, like I said, I think that's the hardest monster that I have ever seen on camera. Just the way they presented it with those huge ass tentacles. And then he was going beast mode. He was smacking the hell out of Aquaman.
So when he jumped though, so when it jumped, I was like, yeah, that's
when it came through.
That's sick. Yeah.
There was no stopping that.
Whole thing like jumped, man, and
it was certainly cheat coded. What are you gonna do in this thing?
I did like the fact that they gave Aquaman something special that no other Atlantean had, or human. That's the ability to talk to the fish.
But he did have that ability, like in the comics and stuff, and in SpongeBob.
But make it more sense of it, because it was almost like a thing like they made fun of. No, you can talk to an animal. And then it made it like a cool factor, like only the chosen ones, the true king can do it, and even the monster themselves, like, hey man, hold on, you traverse with me, traverse with me. Oh, okay, that definitely was a cool factor. I'm glad the Fasha brought that up one time.
Yeah.
So overall, I definitely want to give it, 1 out of 10. I could say a 9. I could say a solid 9. I recommend it 3D, but either one is, it's still great.
I'm gonna give it I want to give it an 8.5, but I want to give it a 9 just for the visuals. The Visuals alone, man.
It was nice to be.
Pretty good. They're pretty good. I give it a 9 too.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Dang.
Only because of the desert scene, and I felt that Manta could have been a lot stronger.
Then you rough, man.
7 point. I mean, but everything else was cool. It's only just because of that desert stuff that lost me. I fell asleep. Drool was all on my chin and in my beard. I didn't like that.
Good movie. Definitely recommended.
Follow your boy on social media. Got Instagram, #FreshEverSince_. Follow me.
Y'all already know what it is. Y'all, subscribe, like, comment, dive into the conversation. I will respond. We can get talking about this Aquaman movie. Really, really good. Probably one of DC's best films. We're going to check y'all out on the next one, man. Holla at us, follow the little bro, Catch me playing these video games. Tune in, join us and enjoy, man. Hope you have fun and like what we had to talk about in this movie review.
Yep. And follow that Instagram, #FreshEverSince_. _. Fresh Ever Since. Always me. You know what I'm saying? We out.